What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to have a really just quick reaction to the news that Scream has officially wrapped. Talk about kind of what we've seen, because there were a couple things that came out with it. There were a couple like new informations on it. I have been covering Scream quite often, at least once a week. I've been doing videos kind of in different series, right? We talked about Dewey, if he was going to, bite the bullet, basically. In this movie, talked about Gale in last week's video. So I've done a lot of Scream stuff. If you guys have liked that stuff and you like me talking about Scream, make sure you guys are subscribed and have the bell icon turned on so you guys know when all these videos go up. I also have other social media stuff, a Twitter, Discord, second channel. All three of those things are in the description below. If you guys want to check that out, it would be much appreciated. You don't have to, obviously, but if you did, that would be awesome. So, Scream, and that's the official name. So, here we go. I've been calling it, and now do I change the title, at least going forward, right? It's officially Scream. This is something that we knew, I would say, for a very, very long time, for months at this point, right? We saw it on, the chair, how the different, the chairs that the actors or director, whoever sits on set, they'll have sometimes the name of the, of the production that they're working on, and it said Scream. We've been saying that, in kind of the titles and the thumbnails, in the past several videos as well, but it is Scream 5. It is the natural, for those that are new, right? The natural next movie in the franchise, but definitely more of that soft reboot. We've seen a lot of soft reboots over the last, 5 or so years in the movie industry, right? So this is just another example of that. Fine. It leads into, I think, a discussion of what future Scream, whether it has Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox and David Arquette, whether it has them or not. The idea would have to be, for the next ones, you have to go with subtitles, much like Halloween, Halloween Kills, stuff like that. You'd have to go with those, because now you can't do, well, but you know what? I've never 1,000% agreed with that, because you already had Scream. And so people that say, well, you can't do Scream 2 because you already have Scream 2. Well, shouldn't you not be able to do Scream because you already have Scream, right? So I've never 100% agreed with that, but I think just to make everything nicer, and the way that the movie industry works is when you do this reboot, soft, in this case, again, soft, because you're keeping the lineage, you're keeping some of the characters, you call it Scream, you match it up, obviously, with the name of the original, but that's it. Going forward, it will be Scream, subtitle, something else. And again, would it have the original cast? Maybe, hopefully, maybe at least some of them, right? Maybe one or two of them isn't going to be around for it, but we'll have to see how that goes. We also got to see now, I call it a set photo. Technically, it's a photo taken on the set of Scream. So it is, that is true. We get to see really two that stand out to me. One with Kevin Williamson and with Ghostface behind him, which is really awesome. He looks, look, they've made it a point to change his look just a little, just a teensy-weensy bit over every single movie. Okay, all four of them have definitely a different looking Ghostface. It's not massively different, okay? It's not even close, but there are some changes. Obviously, the Scream TV series took it up to 100 and said, well, what if we didn't even do that at all? And they said, okay, let's do it. And that's the situation that they went in. So to see that Ghostface, to me, very, very reminiscent of. Now again, they all look pretty similar. You could even argue Scream 4's is roughly similar to Scream 1 because they were trying to again do the soft reboot with that one, but this one I think 1,000% looks the closest to Scream 1, and that makes sense. You try and match them up in that way, fine. The other one, which again there's really nothing all that much to react to, although there is something, okay? We get the picture of, again, Kevin Williamson with Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox, which, well, number one, fantastic to not just see Neve, but to see Courtney as well. We've only seen, they've had interviews with Neve Campbell, entertainment, whatever. I don't know what any of these things are called, but we've had multiple interviews with Neve Campbell. A lot of talk of when she's gonna be on set. How long is she gonna be on set? We've had her interview with Drew Barrymore and her show. So there's been all this stuff for Neve, although we never saw her in whatever attire she would wear, on the, in the movie. Now with Courtney, we did get to see a little bit of what she would be looking like, right? We got to see kind of her news reporter outfit. So it's fantastic, again, number one, to see both of them. We can talk about their outfits. I'm no designer, I'm no fashionista or whatever you want to call it. Well, they could very well be wearing outfits. I would assume they are wearing outfits that they actually are going to wear in the movie. Courtney obviously has got a different look to her, a different outfit than what she had in the when she's in her reporter stuff. So I mean that at least confirms that there's 2 scenes there. Neve more of like a casual kind of thing. There's not. I mean, again, there's not the most you can look into that. You do see a house behind them. I'm not sure if it's the same house. It's actually pretty difficult to tell. The first one, the one with Kevin Williamson and Ghostface behind him, doesn't actually look like a house, whereas the one with Neve, that one does. I mean, you could see multiple windows behind there. You see the person behind them with the Woodsbury, like the outfit or like the jacket, right? So like part of like I don't know, maybe like actually a younger person, because you would normally wear that, I assume, if you're like a teenager, like in I don't know, if you're like on a football team, maybe you would have something like that. The person in black honestly looks like Dylan, which could be me just throwing that out there and being completely wrong. I guess I'm trying to make something out of something that we really don't know all that much about. Again, fantastic. We get to see them back again. They don't look much older than they looked at all. Honestly, neither of them from Scream 4. Obviously, honestly, to me, Neve Campbell looks like she hasn't aged more than a few years ever since the original Scream. But one thing that is interesting, I would like to throw it out there, and I'm sure other people maybe have said it or noticed it as well, Where in God's Name is Dewey? You only have these 2 with him, with Kevin Williamson. Where is the third? That's odd. What that tells me is, well, I mean, you could be doing that to kind of throw people off, where it's like, well, why haven't we seen him? At the same time, like we've said before, I mean, he's a very passionate guy with these movies. It could have just been like they took this picture on a day he wasn't there. He could just not have been at this scene, okay, wherever they are, whatever house this is. He could just maybe flat out not be there. Maybe he was there early. Because remember, I mean, I assume this was well, in fact, it's not even an assumption. If Neve Campbell was only there, say let's even be generous, the last 2 to 3 weeks of filming, well, they were filming for like a month plus before her. So, and David Arquette was there. We know that. So maybe he did all his stuff early on, and then these 2 did it later, or Courtney Cox seems to have maybe been there the whole time, whereas Neve seemingly was only at the end, and David Arquette maybe was only in the beginning. So I'm trying to put it together why you would, because it is important. I mean, you have the original writer, kind of the mind behind all. I mean, Wes Craven is the one who put it all together, but without this script, I mean, you wouldn't have Scream, okay? So to have him with 2 of the 3, that's a pretty big deal. You would imagine it would be all 3. Now, maybe if Dewey was there, you would see what outfit he's wearing, and they don't want that because maybe he's retired, maybe he, who knows, right? But if you have an outfit, I would assume, see, with these 2, you can't tell. I mean, the outfit doesn't say anything about them. But if you have Dewey there and he's in an outfit, ideally, or, just you would assume that it would show what he's doing, right? What his role may be. But again, they could be doing this on purpose, where it's like the reason that Dewey's not there is, whatever. He's just not at that scene, or maybe he died early on, but you'd still imagine he would probably still be on set, because you would feel like there would be a picture with the 3 of them. And I'm sure, by the way, as we get closer and closer, even back when they did Scream 4, they had pictures of them on different like magazines, and all 3 of them were in the picture. So I'm sure they'll do that again, or maybe not just them, maybe some of the newer cast as well. But I'm sure they'll appear as well. Just odd. I mean, it's fantastic to see these 3. It's fantastic to see Neve on set, because this is the first time we've done that. As Sydney, basically, right? So it's great. But at the same time, I don't know. No Dewey is kind of odd to me. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think there's anything to Dewey missing from that picture? What do you think about it just being called Scream instead of an actual Scream number? Let me know. As always, again, make sure you guys are subscribed. Have the bell icon turned on. As you maybe can tell from these videos, again, I've been doing a lot of them. I've been trying to do at least 1 video a week on Scream. I want to keep that going. I mean, obviously, as we go through 2021, we'll have a trailer. We'll have lots of stuff, I assume, to talk about. So I'm hoping I can keep the train going. So if you guys want to be part of that journey with me, again, make sure you're subscribed. All my other social media stuff, my Twitter, my Discord, my second channel, all 3 of those things, the link for them are in the description below. Again, if you guys want to support me there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all on the next Scream video.